Norman, Oklahoma, home of the defending national champs. Quite a festive atmosphere throughout the day. And tonight, the season opener. The North Carolina Tar Heels take on the third-ranked Oklahoma Sooners in the Hispanic College Fun Classic. Now to the field, the pride of Oklahoma marching band. Ron Franklin, and welcome to Saturday primetime college football here on ESPN. It's quite an emotional evening here in Norman, and why not? Because it's the first time that the Sooners would have taken the field since they captured the championship last year down in Miami. And it gives us an opportunity to say welcome to you for Saturday Night Football for the season 2001. We think it's going to be a special year. And quite frankly, all we can say about tonight, sit back and relax. This will be a special evening. We think there's nothing more special than Saturday primetime college football. Stay with us. Coming up, it's the Tar Heels and the Sooners. Capacity House. Have spent a lot of money for a ticket on this one tonight because it's been sold out for a long time. The defending national champions taking the field here at Memorial Stadium in Norman, Oklahoma. And it's a hot one. Even if the temperatures were cooler, wouldn't matter. These folks are stirred up about this football team as the Tar Heels come calling tonight in the Hispanic College Fun Classic. So Coach Bob Stoops and his crew, who have never lost here at home, 20-5 since they've been here, and they come in for the first time since winning the championship. Michael, good to be with you again. Mike Gottfried, of course, here at my side. They say they're stronger, they are faster, they are more experienced. A lot of people think Oklahoma is better than they were last year. There is an X factor, though, and his name is Nate Hybl. He's a transferred quarterback with the University of Georgia.
Well, Nate's last start was in 1997 in high school, so he had a great camp. Only threw one interception and 500 attempts in the fall camp. Everybody in this stadium is waiting to see how Nate plays tonight.
On the defensive side of the ball, obviously, we'll be keeping an eye on All-American linebacker Rocky Kalmus. But, folks, there is a young fellow that the coaches think there may be a new sheriff in town before long. He is a freshman who is starting at defensive tackle tonight.
It's almost impossible for a freshman to start in the defensive line. Tommy Harris gets to start tonight. Bobby Stoops says he's the best freshman defensive lineman he's ever seen.
Well, for John Bunting, the new head coach and his new coaching staff, dream come true. He comes back home to Chapel Hill. What gives him a chance to win tonight?
Ronald Curry, the quarterback. As Ronald Curry goes, so goes North Carolina. North Carolina really, Ron, needs something good to happen early. His confidence has been shaken a little bit. Three different systems in the 4 years. He's learned different terminology. He needs to have a big game.
Well, Mike, one of the things we'll be watching very closely tonight is you see some very big thunderheads back over behind the stadium. The current temperature, well, I guess it's dropped below 100 now. Possible thunderstorms tonight. The heat index is high. In fact, Adrian Carson's going to talk more about that in just a couple of moments. Oklahoma has won the toss, and they have deferred to the second half. So check in with our buddy Adrian Karsten. Adrian?
Ron, thank you very much. Now you need to know how severe these coaching staffs feel. A heat index of over 100 degrees here in the field really is to their players. So severe that the head trainer from Carolina said these may be the most severe conditions he has seen in the last 30 years. We all know about the problems this summer, so the key is to keep these guys hydrated. For the Tar Heels, that started this morning a training table at 7:30. They're going to roll in a lot of fresh players to keep the starters right where they want them. More updates as the game goes on, Ron.
Okay, thanks very much, Adrian. We look forward to hearing from you. Curry in first first down. Turns around, hands it off to Parker, and Willie Parker is going to be knocked down by Tommy Harris, the young man we were just talking about, the freshman out of Killeen, Texas. Much heralded when he came out of high school in Hampton, Virginia, and you know, plays basketball and football. North Carolina, Parker, who just carried, and more. Allen and Bailey, the wide receivers. Doug Brown is the tight end, and we'll check that offensive front following this play. Oklahoma comes on a blitz. Curry hit behind the line of scrimmage, and he's going to be knocked down. The ball is loose, and Oklahoma has recovered inside the 15.
Ron, this is exactly what North Carolina didn't need. Ronald Curry needed some things to go right here early. He never gets the ball back into his body. He faked the draw, too much pressure. Brandon Moore, number 46, with great quick.
Shotgun, turns, hands it off to Griffin, hit behind the line of scrimmage. His dad is a head football coach, and like many other sons of coaches, knows the game very well. Griffin and Hess, the running backs, the receivers, Fagan and Woolfolk, Trent Smith, the tight end, and in fact, we'll see 8 different wide receivers from the Sooners tonight. Again from the shotgun. First pass for Hibble. Swings it out. Got it complete to Griffin. Inside the 10, and he gets tattooed with a head-high tackle by Michael Waddell. Here's the offensive line. All-American Frank Romero on the left. Howard Duncan has been moved out to right tackle. And who do they face off against?
They face a good front four in North Carolina led by Julius Peppers, and it's going to be I'm anxious to see how they try to line Julius Peppers up to put pressure on this Oklahoma quarterback.
Hibble swings this one out. Griffin paid for that one, incomplete, and he waited just a little too late to deliver the pass. Might have been a good idea that because Derek Johnson, who is one of the nickelbacks, came over to hit him very quickly. 25-yard attempt. Jason White, who is the number 2 quarterback, will be the holder for Tim Duncan. Good pass. Ball is down. Knocks this one through. So the Sooners take advantage of an early North Carolina turnover, and there's a timeout with 13:31 left in this opening quarter, and it's Oklahoma 3 and North Carolina nothing. Opportunity to introduce these. Adam Metz is the only upperclassman here. Everybody else either a sophomore or a freshman. And Mike, who do they square off against?
Well, this might be the mismatch tonight. Tommy Harris, we already talked about the freshman. Corey Klein probably is the best defensive lineman on that front.
Just the thinnest area on the football team. They list only 4 linebackers. Lehman is new in the middle, but he's a 4-4 sprinter, if you can believe it. Wilkerson and Kalmus, and in the secondary, Andre Woolfolk goes both ways. He'll play offense, wide receiver, and play at that left cornerback spot as well. 2nd and 15. Here they come off the corner again. This ball is tipped and incomplete. Bosley Allen again is who they were looking for. 3rd down. Line to make is out at the 30. Here comes the pressure. Pass well overthrown, and Curry this time looking for Corey Bailey. Mike, he hasn't even been close.
No.
45-yard line. Good pass. Nice wobbly spiral. Fair catch is signaled for, and a flag comes down, and you could understand why, because the gunner came down and did not allow him to catch the football.
Might be a nice play to take a chance down the football field.
Quick pass. Gets this one off to Griffin. Inside the 40, inside the 30, and is going to be knocked out of bounds. And this is nothing more OU picture to death. This is the same as a pitch play.
Got a block and pass protection. He's got to be a very good wide receiver in this system. Caught 51 passes last year, and he's off again this year.
So it's a first down, and the ball now at the 27.5-yard line. Draw play. Griffin, right side, has 5, has 10. He'll make you miss. Tackled inside the 5, and it's 1st and goal for the Oklahoma Sooners. Dexter Reed finally made the tackle after a 23-yard gain.
You're why he's so dangerous on draw plays and catching the football out of the backfield, because he's in space a lot. Now he makes a move here, and there's a missed tackle. And I see, as this game goes along, with the 8 wide receivers for North Carolina.
And Donnelly. Griffin, the only setback behind Heidel. He gets it, runs it right back up the middle. Touchdown, Oklahoma. left to play in the opening quarter. As you look at Griffin get right by Julius Peppers and into the end zone, it's Oklahoma 10-0. Duncan kicks it off. And this one is going to be taken 3 yards deep in the end zone by Waddell. At the 20, gets by the outside man. Has the ball knocked loose in the field of play. And Oklahoma recovers at the 19-yard line. Going to be Damian Mackey who makes the recovery.
In the kicking game, he breaks contain, loses his balance, doesn't have the ball.
Duncan, the kicker, who knocked it loose, Mike. Tim Duncan. So Tim shows that he does a little bit of everything. Boy, can you believe this? We still have 12:33 showing.
Offensive linemen, the linebackers can do. You got 6 people against 6 people. 5 offensive linemen, 1 running back.
Here comes a blitz in the middle and the quick screen pass out on the sideline. This is Savage, gets by 1 and will not get by the next couple. Monk is there to make the hit along with Dexter Reed.
Offensive line splits.
How wide would you say that is, Mike?
3 foot split, and the defensive ends are wider.
Quick toss, gets it out. Works. Ronaldo works inside the 10 and is going to be tackled at the 7-yard line by Waddell. It's a gain of 7 and an Oklahoma first down. Ready. 3 straight series after turnovers. They come with the blitz. Actually, draw play works at the 5 and he'll score. Ronaldo works, a sophomore out of Tulsa, Booker T. So the first drive took 44 seconds, the second 18, and that one took 1 minute and 12 seconds. It's OU 17-0. What's happening with BYU?
Well, Ron, they are scoring a ton of points. Already 63-35. I'd say Gary Croton has that offense going. Brian McDonald going in here. BYU getting 70 for the first time since 1989. It's almost over. They've doubled up tonight.
Okay, that probably the worst injury in that game tonight will be the righting arm of the stats people. 2nd and 10. Curry slings this one, and that one is right there at the 39-yard line to Allen, and the initial first down of the night for the Tar Heels. It's a gain of 26. So the new line of scrimmage just across the 46-yard line. Tries to set up a screen under pressure, and now here's what maybe he does best, and wisely goes down after he gained 5.
It takes too much time.
2nd down, that's Borders in motion, hit behind the line of scrimmage, and there is Teddy Lehman. The new middle linebacker, Marshall, left, and they said, wow, how are we going to replace him? Well, I'll tell you exactly how you do it, as Wilkerson was there as well. Lehman is a 4.4 in the 40-yard dash, and that's hard to believe for Gotts 230.
Mike Stoops, the defensive coordinator, said he's as fast as any NFL linebacker, 236 pounds.
Loss of 5 on the play. Fort Gibson, Oklahoma is Teddy Lehman's home. 3-yard line. Pressured, never saw him coming, and from the outside, knocked down for a loss. Brandon Shelby. And it's a loss of 14 yards.
And you got to see this coming. He never looked as he scanned the field. He never saw the free safety coming, Shelby.
Mom were flying in today in Oklahoma City so they could see this game tonight. 3rd down. Shovel pass. Quentin Griffin. And this is how he just absolutely kills you. He gets down and squirms in behind those linemen, and poof, all of a sudden he's gone.
Peppers with his play call.
Actually, Peppers is on the bench, and Mooring is in. Hibble now 5 of 6, 46 yards, and Ronaldo Works comes in. Breaks it out. Almost to the 40-yard line, and will take it forward to the 41. 15 yards in the play. There's Martin. Yep. And that's the reason that Maury's in the ball game, giving him a little bit of a breather right now as Griffin gets the ball again. And he takes it forward for a gain of almost 5 yards in the play.
They've got you guessing all the time. You've got to try to get them confused.
Again from the shotgun. Hibbert doesn't see the man from behind him, and he's going to be sacked by David Thornton. And it's the first time that North Carolina has gotten to him tonight, but it bottled up in that ball game. Aiken is the man back deep for North Carolina. Oh, this is a dandy. Driving kick, fair catch signal for and made inside the 8-yard line. Let's get a closer from what happened to BYU. Reese Davis, give it to us. He's number 34. Then they give it to him, and off the left side, loses the ball. Kalmus scrambles for it, and Kalmus is going to take it in for the Oklahoma touchdown. Home. Brett Venables, the co-defensive coordinator, along with Mike Stoops, is the one who was talking to Rocky there. And how about the turnover situation,
Well,
Mike?
3 for North Carolina. They've resulted in this lead for Carolina, just struggling. Here's the first turnover. Ronald Curry fumbles the ball on the kickoff. Another fumble that set up an Oklahoma score. And then just a minute ago or a second ago, Rocky Kalmus in for the touchdown. So North Carolina.
I like this. You're going to put him right back in the lineup and let him try to right himself. Although they go play action, and now Curry going to scramble. Kalmus is there. And Kalmus along with Corey Klein combining on the tackle. Not his nature. Williams. And he's going to be stopped after a gain of a couple of yards. Third down, they need the 30-yard line. Wins this one in and out of the hands of Bosley Allen. That would have been enough for the first down, but Derek Strait was right there. They're the head coach a bit, though.
We handled the bullseye and being the hunted for a good part of last year, about 9 games, 8-9 games. We had the bullseye on our back a year ago. So we've experienced that, and the bottom line is we have a pen and can circle and put a bullseye on other people as well. And all that matters truly is how you prepare, how well you're prepared and ready to play. And if you are, then it doesn't matter what they're doing.
Coach Bob Stoops, and as we mentioned, his brother Mike on this staff with him. Quentin Griffin hit from behind, and there's Peppers. There's the All-American effort right there that you look for from the 6'6", 285-pound junior. Receivers to the bottom of your screen. And then the pass tip intercepted by Peppers. And Peppers will score the first touchdown of the night for North Carolina from 29 yards out. There is what they look for from the big All-American. He had disappeared in the early part of the game, but he shows why he has the label there. Showing on the first quarter scoreboard clock. Oklahoma now in front 24-7 over North Carolina.
And that's what Mark Mangino and Bobby Stoops didn't want to happen. They talked about the 500 pass attempts in fall practice by Nate Hibble with only 1 interception. Here he just makes a big mistake because Julius Peppers is right in the line of the throw. There's the cut block, and he was not successful. Frank Romero. You've got to get the hands down of the defensive end if you're going to throw pass that he threw in the fall. And that's why he won the job.
High kick, and it's very short. This one going to be taken at the 13-yard line by Savage. Savage. He'll score. 87 yards.
Savage does a great job on this kickoff return. But Curtis Fagan, number 12. Watch number 12 here. He gets a block right here. Key block. Now he releases, goes downfield, and he says, okay, he's not going to be a factor. I'm going to make sure this guy doesn't get in there either. Nice hustle by Curtis Fagan. Great run by Antoine Savage. Kicking game first week, you're most vulnerable.
Mike, that kick, as I mentioned, was short. It was so high and short, he was able to hit a seam actually better because of the position of where Carolina was there on the special teams.
Good point, Ron, because North Carolina overran it.
Full time today.
Yes, Ron, they did. And for the record, I was listening to you, hanging on every word. The Nebraska offense didn't get anywhere close to 70. They struggled against TCU for much of the day, but Thunder Collins, playing the I-back position, came up with some big plays, as did Eric Crouch. Collins going into the end zone there. He had 71 yards rushing. Nebraska won it 21-7.
As a receiver.
About to go under 1 minute left in this opening quarter. Drop play to Parker. Cuts it back into the boundary. Tripped up, and he'll come out of bounds. Let's see where they're going to step him out at around the 42-yard line. Brandon Everidge came up to make the tackle. Well, did it once, do it again. Parker going to be tackled probably at the line of scrimmage. Teddy Lehman is the man who posted him, got him on the shoulder. Here comes the option. Cuts it back up into the middle. Nothing doing. Straight. Derek Strait, the sophomore out of Austin Lanier High School, is there to make the hit along with Dan Cody. Goes 4 solo, 2 fumble recoveries, and a fumble recovery for a touchdown in the first quarter. That's a season for some people. As they throw this one complete to Mark Clayton. And Clayton's going to take it out across the 45. Gain of 14 yards. With 4 tackles, just had another right there, so he's got 5 in the books early. Hibble running up into the pocket, going to be tackled by Joey Evans, and let's check down on the sideline with Adrian Karsten. Adrian?
Coming from Chuck Long, the All-American quarterback, All-Big Ten back at Iowa, who's been with Nate now for quite some time. He said, you know, he probably has a stronger arm. He has a little bit more poise than Josh Heupel. It's just a matter of experience and how he's going to do under pressure. That's his test tonight, Ron.
Gonna have to hurry on this play. Play clock was down to 3. Carolina getting a little pressure on him now, and he lobs this one downfield, and it was almost intercepted by Michael Waddell. Oh, this is a good coverage kick. Waddell runs away from it. One of the gunners is down there at the 2-yard line, and he's going to down it at the 1. That is Jarvis Smith. 50 yards on the kick.
That's what they do so well. Time to try to get the ball out here. Aiken.
Here's Roy Williams coming on the blitz. That ball is caught at the 15-yard line by Sam Aiken. And that's the guy Mike was talking about. 18 yards on the pass completion. He threw a very good block protecting his quarterback. Curry 3 of 7, 61 yards. He pitches quickly back to Williams. Oh, does he get whacked by Brandon Everidge.
There's Everidge coming up from a safety position. Hit.
On second down from the shotgun. Steps up into the pocket. That's Calvis who's after him. Gets by him and gets by Derek Strait, and then is pushed out of bounds by Brandon Everidge.
Ronald Curry's doing a much better job in the last 2 series.
Williams, and he's going to have it. Not much gain as Lehman came from that middle linebacking spot to make the tackle. But I believe they're going to move the chains on this one now.
Official.
So the penalty moves it up to the 45. Ronald Curry, he wanted to throw a shovel pass, and that's a great job by Jonathan Jackson, number 49. Out of Houston at North Shore. The bad thing is the defender was between the running back and the Carolina player. Zings this one, intercepted by Strait. Derek Strait cuts it back over to the other side of the field, gets a block, and he'll walk it in. 46 yards. 9 minutes, 4 seconds. Left until halftime, and our new score, as you look at the interception one more time, Derek Strait, the sophomore out of Austin Lanier. Now watch him reverse the ball all the way to the opposite side of the field, and it's 38-7 Sooners. From the 9.5, tripped up in the backfield. Willie Parker, I think he tripped over his own lineman, didn't he?
Yeah, the offensive line is not getting much of a push for North Carolina.
Draw play hit behind the line of scrimmage. He will pick up maybe 1 yard. Rocky Calvis is there.
As a Florida State defense, this OU defense.
Roy Williams coming from the safety spot. Ball is loose on the ground. Oklahoma saying they have it, and so do the officials. This one inside the 5-yard line. Ronaldo works, lines up at tailback. He gets the ball hit behind the line of scrimmage by Quincy Monk. Third down and goal. They come with the all-out blitz. There's a middle screen. It is caught by Fagan, and he is stopped at the 5-yard line. So Oklahoma, good job in the defense of North Carolina.
Excellent job by the defense. And their first half for North Carolina.
22-yard field goal attempt. Tim Duncan. Kick is perfect. The OU kicking game, both punting and place kicking, is absolutely excellent. So as we go to break, Ronald Curry, you see his numbers, 3 of 8, 61 yards, 1 interception. That one went for the touchdown, and it's 41-7 Sooners.
Ron Light, John Bunting, Al Groh making his debut as an ACC head coach. Virginia taking on Wisconsin in the Eddie Robinson Classic. Cavaliers hung around. They played tough, but Jim Sorgi off the bench with Brooks Bollinger, who was injured, hooked up with Lee Evans a couple of times, this time for 78 yards. Wisconsin wins it 26-17.
So the Badgers won that one, and you look at the ACC coaches at their alma mater. John Bunting, Ralph Friedgen gone back to Maryland. As this running play by Parker, just about the biggest ground gainer that they have had tonight, almost 10 yards in the play. So he said, I just want them to play hard. And he said, that will make me very proud of them, but they've got to play hard.
Well, the other thing I liked about John Bunting, he wants to be at North Carolina. A lot of guys get head coaching jobs. They don't want to be. They're looking to move somewhere else. He wants to be in North Carolina.
Well, procedure against Carolina. As you look at a 3rd and 7, they need to take it out to the 30-yard line. Here comes the pressure, and that is the big freshman who got run past, and that pass goes incomplete. Away from their quarterback and giving him time to throw that long ball. Hibble gets by one tackler. That was Peppers, and now it's going to be hit from behind. And it's Errol Hood, number 29, who will wind up making the stop. 3rd punt for the Sooners tonight. Waddell is the deep man. With a good high coverage kick. Caught at the 11-yard line. Turns the corner and got a little bit of a wall out there. Now has a huge wall, and Waddell is going to take this one the distance. Touchdown, North Carolina. 91 yards, 35 yards in the kick, and 91 yards on the return. So we'll take a break. 3 minutes and 17 seconds left until halftime. And following this 90-plus yard punt return, it is 41-14 Oklahoma. Boy, we saw a lot of this last year up in Blacksburg. You remember our first game up there was canceled. It was lightning outside the stadium. It was lightning inside the stadium by Waddell. Watch this, Mike.
May have stepped out of bounds.
Crowd thinks he did. They were watching the Jumbotron, and there was a huge groan, and then they started booing while we were way on the timeout.
Lee Corso must be around here somewhere. If
you know what, though? That official is right there and got that thing lined up. And
right there behind him, so it'd be a mistake.
Calmas, just what you talked about. Put it in the running back's stomach and then pulled it out, and he's going to have a first down. A gain of about 12, maybe 13 yards in the play. A pass over the middle. Woolfolk. Damian Mackey, actually the receiver on the play, and K-State the week before.
Yeah, that's tough. You got K-State and Texas back-to-back. You got to go to Lincoln. You got to go to the championship game. But I'll tell you, a Big 12 team could get there with one loss because they could win that championship game, have a loss during the season, win the championship game, and still go to the national championship.
41-14, and I don't think anybody has been disappointed in what they saw in the first half. Long kick return by North Carolina, and an interception by Julius Peppers for a touchdown. Reese Davis, BYU scored a lot of points today, and we got a big one going down here in Norman, Oklahoma. Let's go back to you. Peppers. 41-14 as we prepare for the third quarter of the Hispanic College Fund Classic. And Mike Gottfried, as far as this football game is concerned, certainly it's not over, but well, 41-14, yeah, it is. The turnovers,
climb.
yeah, big uphill climb. 5 turnovers, and they came early, and that was the difference in this football game.
Really, when you look at the way this game started, I really believed that something good had to happen in North Carolina right off, and it didn't. But this has not been a good game for either offense. I haven't seen Oklahoma in sync. You look at both the passing yards right there for Oklahoma, 77 yards, 61 for North Carolina, but the turnovers, that has been the whole story, in special teams breakdowns.
Well, let's take a look at some of those highlights in the first half of the special teams, and also interception returns for a touchdown.
Go ahead, Ron. Savage
on the long kick return, and he gets some great blocking up front.
Derek Strait with a good interception. He read the eyes of Ronald Curry and shows pretty good athletic ability, and then picked up some good blocks by his cohorts on defense to get in the end zone.
Nate Hibble warming up on the sideline. Numbers were not bad, but he did throw an interception for a touchdown. You can see 11 of 16, 77 yards. Peppers made the pickoff and took it back into the end zone. How much longer do you think we'll see him before White gets an opportunity?
I think we're going to see him for a while, Ron, because they've got to work out the rough spots.
So they checked on it very quickly, and we're back to action. 1st and 10 for the Tar Heels. Curry running for his life. Flag comes down, and he is going to be tackled by Terrence Sims. And that flag, and it brings up a point of a rule change this year, I think the most significant rule change of all the changes that came along, and that's going to be holding. In the past, it would have come from where the holding took place. Right. Mike, now it goes from what is called previous spot, which is the line of scrimmage.
I like this rule
I
change,
do too.
Because you got so many long yardage situations before that just couldn't make them up. Now,
tonight. 3rd down, they need to take it to the 47. Curry going to be hit, gets the ball away, and incomplete. Threw it too tall for Willie Parker, and it's Rocky Calmus who was all over it.
Clear picture for the offensive lineman.
Got it. Fagan. Out at the 41-yard line. It's good for 25 yards. 273 yards. Here comes the blitz off the corner by Roy Williams, and he gets to him. Williams, the All-American safety, you could see him creeping up on the right side, and then he really came after him with a burst of speed. Tommy Harris, who we've talked so much about tonight, at one time had committed to Texas and then changed his mind and came to Norman. Here they come again with the blitz. Picked up nicely. Calmus, what a ball game. 2 fumble recoveries. One of those fumble recoveries for a touchdown. We'll get his official number on tackle. We'll be back at the 35-yard line. With the driving kick, going to have this one at the 35. And ran right into the special team player, Rocky Calmus. 5th game is Florida State. Durant has this one. No, incomplete. Corey Bailey. Now, did he have possession and then fumble?
No.
Look, yeah, they're saying incomplete pass, and that's a good call. Did not just grab the ball and hold on to it for a split second. So 40 yards in the kick, and let's take a look at that schedule. This is what I was talking about. First 3 games on the road. Next week, Maryland and Texas. And go home to play SMU, Florida State. Then go to NC State.
And by playing 12 games, it's electing to play this game, you got to win 7 to go to a bowl. And that's a pretty tough schedule to find.
2 seconds on the play clock. Going to get it off. And up the far sideline. That ball is caught by, let's see, it's Antoine Savage.
Well, that was great concentration by Antoine Savage.
Tried or not. Here comes the 3rd down. The pickup line, they got to take it to the 50 to convert. You see the stunt up front going to be hit, and he is sacked by Reed. Dexter Reed coming from his safety position, and he makes the tackle. And pick up their 100th yard offensively in this game to hit 90 as of right now. Got the pass complete, and he takes it out to the 40-yard line. Good for the first down is Borders. 11, but he weighs 226 pounds. He's going to carry this one. Has 5, has 10, and as Gary Tranquil, the offensive coordinator, says he's a playmaker. In the scramble, watch it.
It's a good block.
71, that's Jupiter Wilson.
Yeah, Jupiter made a good play, and then he shows good speed. He covers up the football and picks up the first down. This is a nice drive.
Durant, pressure on him, drills it, and caught. Nice job by Bosley Allen.
It's a pass to Bosley Allen. That's pretty impressive. Good effort. You're talking about concentration now.
The crowd getting involved. They want to see this one stop. That ball tipped and knocked down. Was it caught in the air? No.
Jimmy Wilkerson
tipped the ball. It's the same thing as an incomplete forward pass. Didn't see that it touched the ball. Second down and 10. Sidearms this one complete. This is Aiken. I beg your pardon, Borders. And Borders will take it in for the touchdown. 27 yards.
And you have a great effort by Darian Durant.
As I mentioned early on in the broadcast, I asked my kids to do one thing, and that is play hard. As you look at the drive, 86 yards, 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Borders scores the touchdown from 27 yards out. And I'll tell you, not just the defense, now the offense playing hard. For Jason, 6'2", 220, a senior out of Tulsa. Or Tuttle, I should say. And he is a sophomore. Fagan breaks a tackle. So now another number 2 comes in and moves the offense. 25 yards in the play. Works, gets it, sweep to the right. He's got about 8 yards in that play as Thornton will make the tackle. Hurry here, 4 seconds, down to 3 on the play clock. And the pitch to Griffin, and look at this pursuit. And Monk is going to get credit for the tackle, but the guy was out there to hit him first. Was Thornton.
He's down for a loss on the field line. Quincy Monk.
Let's check to the sideline with you. What do you got going?
The pleasure of standing between Nate Hittle's parents, Tom and Cheryl from Hazelhurst, Georgia. Tom, you coached your son in high school. Did you ever think the moment would come to start a quarterback for the national champion?
Well, it's been a great experience for Nate. He didn't come here to start with. He transferred here a couple of years ago, and to get involved with the national championship has been a really great experience for him.
What is he called home about? To fill in the shoes of Josh Heupel, who unfortunately just got cut yesterday, but what did he go through? The stomach pains, the psychological travesty he might have experienced over the past couple of weeks while the decision was being made?
Well, he felt real confident and had a great experience with Coach Stoops and Coach Long, and of course he got caught behind Quincy Carter at Georgia and then behind Josh here. So it's been a long, hard 3 years of perseverance, and Nate showed a lot of character, sticking to it, doing a great job, and he's done a good job today. So the Sooners. We wanted to try to put this game away, though.
Last couple series of the first half, early on in the second half, things were a little bit rusty. What do you think his reaction is going to be?
Well, I know he thinks he's got a lot of work to do, and this is a team situation in front of 80,000 folks. So I know coaches kept the game plan a little bit simple and underneath, tried to take the pressure off him. They scored a bunch of points early defensively, so that's really helped. But Nate's got a long ways to go. This is just the beginning.
Ron, Tom, and Cheryl, very happy parents. Their other son, Ryan, has won a national championship ring playing golf back at Georgia. So proud family I'm with tonight.
Okay, that's great. You could see the Sooners changed their mind. They decided not to go for the 52-yard field goal. And Duncan was really upset with himself because he kicked that ball a lot farther than he had anticipated. So they have the touchback. And there's a timeout. 9 minutes, 31 seconds left in the game. Sooners continue to lead by 20. First down and 10 from the 33. Drills this one, and by golly, he completed it to Borders. Well, there he is on the media guide, Coach Dooley there. And John Bunning on the front of the media guide. Linebacker, 69 through 71. And that was about 3 or 4 minutes ago. Got that one complete. That's Bailey. And Corey is going to take this one enough for the first down to the 45-yard line. Good for 11 yards. Should have been silent. At 41 points at halftime. Drills this one incomplete. Looking for Allen. Thrown a little bit too hard.
I think you got to go for this.
As we said, they need the 35 of Oklahoma. Durant lobs this one. Got his guy. That's Bailey. Cuts it at the 10, at the 5. First and goal, North Carolina. 41 yards to the pass play. Roy Williams finally made a touchdown-saving tackle.
Well, Darian Durant is making this interesting, and don't.
Play action. Right over the middle, got it for a touchdown, and that is Borders. No, I checked. It's a Brandon Russell. Brandon Russell with the touchdown for Carolina.
In fairness to Ronald Curry, his offense, of course, he had one of the fumbles. His offense kind of fumbled, and special teams fumbled away his opportunities. But Darian Durant is making the most. He hits Brandon Russell, the former running back. The outfield,
which is very positive right now. Extra point attempt is no good. He pushed that one off. Bender missed it.
Now you got to decide on the onside kick. The quarterback, Jason White, because you're 14 ahead with 6:52, and you leave him in the ball game.
Well, they run a sweep right here as they hand it to Fagan, one of the wideouts, and he's going to take it to around the 40-yard line, which is a gain of 4
to come into.
White sets far sideline, and this one well overthrown. They need to take it to the 40-yard line to keep something going. Sidearms this one, almost intercepted after it went off the hands of Andre Williams. Roy Williams was right there.
Pretty good coverage by Oklahoma. There wasn't a lot of spots to fit that ball in.
5 and Peppers ran away from him. Griffin right up the middle. What he does best is hide behind those linemen and then all of a sudden just burst. Is Quincy Monk stopping?
What I find interesting, though, the game's still in the balance.
Yeah, he did. You know, somebody made an interesting comment on the practice field, or as we were coming off the practice field on Thursday. He said, well, if he does get waived, he can always come back to Oklahoma and run for governor. Yeah. He is a really popular guy in this state. And let's go down to the sideline at Adrian Karsten. Adrian?
Since last January 3rd, no less than 4 books have been published concerning the Oklahoma Sooners. The Undefeated is one of them, but it has nothing to do with last year's team. This has to do with the team from 53 to 57, won 47 consecutive games. Robert Lockridge was the 55 captain of that team. Do you think that mark will ever be equaled in modern-day college football, Robert?
Well, if it ever is, I hope the Sooners do it.
You played offensive left tackle, defensive left tackle. I think there was about all the left tackles there were. How different was college football then, playing in this stadium?
Having to play both ways sure took a toll out of the players.
Coming from Costa Mesa, California now, the spirit that exists here as they try to go 14-0 this season.
Pardon?
The spirit that exists here, the feelings you have coming back to this place, having played here.
Absolutely phenomenal. I can't believe it. I came here today, and it's so hard to even get to the stadium, let alone get inside.
Congratulations for being the subject of this book. You look pretty good in the black and white photo.
Thank you.
All right, Ron.
That's Fagan as a flag is down. Curtis Fagan, the junior out of Houston, Texas, 17 yards.
First down marker, give Jason White a little more confidence. Talking about Josh Hutt
up here, and put that offense back out on the field. Griffin somebody lost a shoe. I don't know if it was him or not, but he takes it enough for the first down. That is an incredible second and third effort and a total of 22 yards as Reed finally made the tackle. Third down and 8. They need the 49. Quarterback draw. He's not going to be close to making that one as Dexter Reed comes up to finish him off.
You talk about David Thornton. Now, I'd say he's the most valuable player in North Carolina tonight.
They want to see this thing over with, and they want to see North Carolina stopped by this Sooner defense. Right over the middle, and that's Borders, the junior out of Shelby, North Carolina.
Not putting him in that comparison, just a nickname.
Dumps that one off. Safety valve. Got it complete to Allen. And he caught it and then steps out of bounds, stopping the clock at 1:29. Both Brent and Mike, as you can see, volatile young men on the side, they really get involved in what's going on.
But you said something earlier that is true.
People for North Carolina, 286 for the Sooners. That's Allen. Aiken are trying to block for him.
In the second half.
And he dropped this one, going to have to run for it, and very wisely as Calmus makes the tackle.
Next week we got a great football game. I think UCLA coming to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. That's going to be a interesting football game. UCLA very talented. I think Alabama's talented.
Allen got it out there quickly to him, broke it open for a second, then gets flipped by Matt McCoy.
Yeah, and that's what you want to do as a coach. You get better. Take the mistakes, iron them out, and get better next week.
Durant slings it long and almost intercepted by McCoy. Cut right over and showed himself. See what their medal was about.
No doubt. Played 4 quarters.
Roy Williams with the pressure and got it away, and I'll tell you, he had to play defensive back. Flags are down everywhere. Corey Bailey had to go up to knock that football away to keep it from being intercepted by Terrence Sims. Before the ball got there, Bailey really did have great concentration and stuck with it. And boy, that is his knee. With 20 seconds left. Terrence, a junior out of Belle Glades, Florida, by way of Hutchinson Community College. And it really has put a hush to this crowd. Those of whom are left. A lot of people, because of the weather warnings, started headed toward their cars a few minutes ago. And now here comes the rain. None of you looking for Sports Center. It's coming up next. College football. Tigers charge up at Firestone and USC Little League. Shocker. All next on Sports Center.
Well, it's a shame to get hurt.
Blown up in the air and out. You can see it going across the field. We've got a pretty good storm right here at game's close. Durant at the end zone, incomplete. Corey Bailey is who he wanted, and 13 seconds left. Jimmy Wilkerson was the man applying the pressure, number 45.
Jimmy Wilkerson's the type of player that they'll move him down to defensive end when they think it's a passing situation.
Running for his life and going to be shot. Corey Klein sacks Darian Durant. At a final score, Oklahoma 41, North Carolina 27. Coming up next, Sports Center. For Mike Godfrey and Adrian Karsten and our entire ESPN crew, I'm Ron Franklin. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For stats, quotes, and a full recap of this game, log on to ESPN.